Here's something that might sound a little wacky, but once you get it, you can make massive, massive change in your life. And that is, everything is just a belief. Okay? Your experiences are real and valid, and you are filtering them always through what you believe is true of you, of the world, of how things work, of what's possible and not possible, and everything. Okay? So when you know that everything's a belief, when you know that, you will start looking at how you are framing problems, how you're framing situations, how you're framing the way that you look at yourself, and you'll see the assumptions you're making, the beliefs you're holding, and the way that they are limiting you. And this is really powerful because beliefs can change. Beliefs, we create the beliefs. We create the beliefs within us, and they frame the experience we have of the world. They frame how we perceive it and what it means to us and what we think is possible and ultimately what we do or don't do. And when we change those beliefs, then we have a whole different experience, and nothing changed except the way that we look at things, the perspective we have. And this goes just beyond like taking that big chance on that opportunity. This goes into how we experience ourselves, right? Something that I hear all the time, like I see it everywhere. People are always saying like, my brain, I just wish my brain doesn't do that. I wish my brain did that. I wish my brain did this. And like, I can relate, my brain does things I don't like all the time. And sometimes you feel like you're at battle with yourself, but then you have to ask, what am I assuming? What am I assuming about myself right now? What am I assuming is going on within myself? Am I assuming that my brain does this? Am I assuming that this is a problem? Am I assuming that I'm supposed to be different? Why would I assume that? Why am I believing that the way my brain works right now isn't actually a gift? Why am I believing that this is actually a problem? Why am I trying to, make this harder than it has to be? Why am I fighting when I could just redirect? And there will be an answer. There's a reason you're doing it. There's a reason you fight in your brain. There's a reason you're constantly up here analyzing, right? A lot of the times it's because down here, there's deeper feelings that are harder to look at than all the anxiety and craziness that this brain creates. Or sometimes it's like, well, my brain likes to throw me off task and distract me and keep me, away from being really productive or forgetful about things, not because I have this brain that's out to sabotage me, but because I have a belief deep within me that I can't be successful. I can't do what I want to do. I can't have what I want to have. I never got it as a kid. That's just an unrealistic life possibility for me. I can't be happy and I can't get what I want. So I have that belief, and everything in me is saying, yep, we're going to confirm that belief. Yeah, we'll make sure you aren't successful and you don't get what you want. Okay. Like, we will do everything we can. We'll take your brain offline. We'll ruin that for you. That's what you want. That's what you believe it is, right? So we're going to match what you believe internally and externally. You see the world as a tough place. You see the world as a hard place. Well, you're always falling onto hardship. You're always meeting people who are sabotaging you, because that's what you're fine-tuned into perceiving, because that's what you believe it is, and you're going to see what you believe. You are always, always, always going to experience what you believe. And again, that is changeable. You can believe anything you want, but in the world of like self-help and working with yourself and being a happier person, you can change how you see yourself. You can change how you see the world. You can change how you see others, and you can change what you believe is possible for you. And suddenly doors open, and suddenly things change, and suddenly experiences are different. And you can have the same experience side by side, but have a whole different set of beliefs. And that experience is going to feel completely different. You're going to take away completely different things from it. It's going to be, positive when it once was negative. And it's the same experience. So we want to focus on what we are believing to be true about ourselves and the world and everything. And just notice it. Notice when you're making an assumption about something where you've put a block in the way and said, no, this is how it has to be. No, this is just how it is. I just believe this is how it is. So that's how it is. And consider expanding your frame there and saying, well, what if that's not true? What if that's just a belief that I'm holding And it's not the truth of reality of life. It's just my framework. It's my lens that I'm seeing it through. And why don't I change the lens and see what it would look like if I looked at it from a different perspective with a different belief? Of course, this is the type of thing that we completely transform in a hypnotherapy session. So if you want to work with me, just book a free consultation to chat. But otherwise, I'm wishing you the best. Take care.